Okay, we're going to talk a little bit now about condensation in cold weather. Of course, we're inside, so this window doesn't have condensation on it. It's not out in the elements. But normal condensation when it gets really cold would be like the half an inch of perspiration bubbles, like your forehead would get along the bottom of your window. Anything more than that is going to be a condensation issue. And it's got more to do with the humidity in your house than the window itself. The humidity is what creates condensation on thermopane glass. And you can see like right now our humidity is like 45% in here, relative humidity, which would be really high if this window was outside. Because at this temperatures we're at today, there's a little guide here. We can get a picture of it. So the University of Minnesota puts this out, and it gives you a nice little edge about where your humidity should be to the temperature outside. The colder it gets, the lower humidity should be. I never get mine this low. In my house, I keep it between this range. And about all I get's that half-inch perspiration on my glass during a good cold snap. But I know if my house gets above 40% during a good cold snap, the corners of my windows are froze shut. I got ice running up them. It's really unreal how fast it builds up. So humidity is the biggest issue. If you're getting any kind of frost or excessive water on your glass or anything, the first thing you want to do is go to Walmart, get yourself a cheap $10 humidity gauge and put it in your house somewhere and see what your humidity's at. Because if during the winter, if you're below 30% or 25 to 30 in that range, you're doing pretty good. That's about where I keep my house. If you're in the 40s or even in the 50s, your window's going to freeze shut. It's going to leak air when it gets cold, because when it gets that frost in there, it pushes it away from the seals and you get air leaks, and then it just builds up really quick. So humidity is a big issue, and there's no way to check it without a humidity gauge. So if you're having humidity issues, you're going to need to get a humidity gauge. Thank you.
Hello, this is Bert with Lindsay Windows, and today I'm going to talk about condensation on the window glass, on the interior portion of it. The first thing I see involving condensation is high levels of humidity inside the house. So you'll see this with people that nowadays with COVID, they're at home more, they're cooking more, and the humidity levels just flat out get higher inside the house. So regulating that humidity is something that needs to be addressed. We do have a pamphlet that shows the acceptable amount of humidity. It comes either through the University of Minnesota or UW Wisconsin, either one of them. The results are what they are. The next thing that I've noticed is some really nice window treatments. They close up these window treatments and there's absolutely no airflow around the window. That will also create interior condensation. To give you an example, you know how when you get in your car in the morning, the windows are all iced up, you turn your car on, you turn the defrost on and it's blowing cold air, but still it will go ahead and start reduce some of the humidity or icing on the window, and that's just because of airflow. So, summarizing, we need to bring down the humidity level. The second thing we need to do is increase airflow. And pertaining to airflow, also I check the furnace humidifier inside the house. So many of these people have it on the high setting because they don't want their skin to feel funny. Well, it's more than likely too high. By giving the customer a $3.99 humidity meter from any home box store, you can show them that, look, you're at 50%, that's too high. And then also give them one of our pamphlets as well. The next thing is turn the ceiling fan on. Turn the ceiling fan on will increase the amount of airflow going through the rooms, and that will also lower the condensation resistance factor. Condensation resistance for Lindsay, we do a really good job because of our multiple coat low E's and because of our warm edge technology on the glass. But it's just physics, folks. We will still condensate if the conditions are right. We're doing everything to keep this from being a problem, and thank you for choosing Lindsay Windows.